right, so you win some, you lose some. But looking back at this past year, there were some pretty darn big losers in the business world. From marketing messes to functionality flops, we've actually sorted through some of the most memorable business busts of 2014. And some are just plain painful. But thankfully, our marketing expert, Bruce Turkel, is here with us now, and James Freeman back as well to comment on the business functionality messes. All right, so Bruce, what was your worst?
Well, my worst is the one that I think has the biggest lesson for all of us, and that was Takata airbags. You never heard of Takata, of course, but their airbags were in 17 other manufacturers who all now have to do recalls. Toyota, Honda, BMW, sterling records for durability, for quality, and now because of outsourcing, which we're all doing in this new economy, all of a sudden, our own brands can be damaged by someone else's. I think it's a harbinger of things to come, and it's a real disaster.
That's a great point. James, the Google Glass was supposed to be like Jesus, reincarnated. What happened?
You're setting the bar pretty high, Tracy.
Well,
I think, definitely there's some hype around a lot of new technology products. I wouldn't rule this one out forever. You think of some of these tablets. The early Apple tablet was a big bomb, but that ended up being a massive industry. So I wouldn't rule out glass just yet.
That's a good point. As the Jersey girl, Bruce, I have to tell you that Dove's armpit ad was, we've been hearing my entire life that Jersey's the armpit of America, but to put it on a billboard and say, sincerely love Dove, come on now.
Yeah, that was kind of striking. It's fine to be self-deprecating and to make fun of yourself.
Right.
But to make fun of somebody else, not a good idea. Well, and they learned their lesson, didn't they?
That is exactly true.
Okay, let's have a sense of humor. I mean, they're not really making fun of anyone in particular. I live in New Jersey. I have to admit, there's a stretch of the turnpike that's maybe not the most aromatic in the world.
That's fine. It's in Elizabeth. That's
Laugh
fine.
about it.
Right.
It's a great state otherwise.
All right, how about the Amazon Fire Phone? Bruce, what happened?
Well, I don't know what happened because Jeff Bezos has never done anything wrong, and all of a sudden, he really stepped in it. I think similar to what James said about Google Glass, though, I wouldn't be so quick to completely rule this out, even if what they learned was how to do it better next time. I think the big problem was what it said to all of us was, this isn't a cheap smartphone. This is just a way for you to buy stuff from Amazon.
Bruce, I know also on your list was the Blackberry RIM fail. I mean, James, this from a business angle was just a total disaster.
A lot of mistakes at BlackBerry over the last few years. I got to say, I always enjoyed using their products. So they obviously had some issues with marketing. And Amazon, I don't see how any customers can complain. They're constantly subsidizing us to get market share. It seems like investors can have a big beef with Amazon, but from a customer perspective, I think they treat us pretty well.
I don't know. I thought I have to admit, I thought the Amazon Fire Phone commercials were adorable. Now, let me tell you what I thought was the worst one of the year, was the Walmart fat girl costume. I mean, it's one thing to say plus size, but to put the word fat in print and then, put a princess costume there, I don't know. Bruce, am I wrong?
I had a friend of mine, he and I were walking down the street. He sees a woman he knows coming up, and he says to her, "Oh, hi, when are you expecting?" At which point she said, "Expecting what?" And I learned then that you don't mention that no matter what. Lululemon caught it for doing that, and for Walmart to do it. Again, it's just stunning that nobody caught that before it went out.
Yeah, I mean, you never ask a woman if she's pregnant. Just never. No. That would be the lesson for 2014 for all of us. You guys, thank you so much.
Happy New Year to both of you.
Happy New Year.